Imagine a world devoid of laughter. Picture a life where tears cease to exist, no joy at a newborn's cry, no fear in the face of danger, no anger at injustice. This is a world without emotions, a world painted in shades of grey. We often take our emotions for granted, but they are the very essence of our humanity. They color our experiences, shape our interactions, and define who we are. This is not to say that a world without emotions would necessarily be a bad one. In fact, it might even be a more peaceful world, free from conflict and strife. But it would also be a world devoid of passion, creativity, and the very things that make life worth living. Without emotions, our world would be a very different place. It's difficult to imagine what life would be like, but one thing is for sure, it would be a far cry from the vibrant, messy, and ultimately beautiful world we know and love. Emotions are the language of the human experience. They are how we communicate our inner world to others and how we understand the inner worlds of those around us. A smile speaks volumes, as does a furrowed brow. A warm embrace conveys comfort and support, while a cold shoulder speaks of anger and resentment. Our emotions are not always rational, nor are they always easy to control. But they are an integral part of what makes us human. They give depth and meaning to our lives, and they allow us to connect with others on a profound level. Without emotions, we would be like ships passing in the night, unable to truly see or connect with one another. Our interactions would be transactional, devoid of the warmth and empathy that make life meaningful. Emotions play a crucial role in our decision-making processes. They can lead us astray, but they can also guide us towards what is right and good. Without emotions, we would be left to rely solely on logic and reason. While this might seem like a good thing, it could also have some unintended consequences. For example, imagine you are faced with a difficult decision, such as whether or not to move to a new city for a job opportunity. Logic might dictate that you should take the job, as it offers a higher salary and more opportunities for advancement. But what if your heart is telling you to stay put, close to your family and friends? Without emotions to guide us, we might make decisions that are technically correct, but ultimately leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled. Perhaps the most profound impact of an emotionless world would be on our relationships. Love, the very essence of human connection, would cease to exist. We might still form partnerships based on shared goals and interests, but these relationships would lack the depth and intimacy that comes with emotional vulnerability. Empathy, too, would be absent in a world without emotions. We would be unable to understand or share in the feelings of others, leading to a more isolated and disconnected society. Acts of kindness would be driven by logic rather than compassion, and the world would be a much colder and less forgiving place. Without the ability to love and empathize, our social fabric would unravel, leaving behind a society of individuals, each pursuing their own self-interests. The bonds that connect us would weaken, and the very notion of community would lose its meaning. Section 5. A symphony unplayed. Creativity in all its forms is fueled by emotion. Art, music, literature, all of these endeavors are born from the depths of human experience. They are expressions of our joys and sorrows, our hopes and fears, our loves and losses. Without emotions, these creative outlets would simply cease to exist. There would be no need for them. Imagine a world without music, no soaring melodies to uplift the soul, no mournful ballads to express the pangs of heartbreak. Imagine a world without art, no vibrant canvases bursting with color and emotion, no sculptures that capture the essence of the human form. Without emotions, our world would be a barren landscape, devoid of the beauty and wonder that art and music bring. The human spirit, starved of creative expression, would wither and die. Section 6. The rise of the machines. In the absence of emotions, logic and efficiency would reign supreme. Society would likely become highly structured and organized, with a focus on productivity and progress. We might see advancements in technology and infrastructure at an unprecedented rate, as there would be no emotional barriers to innovation. However, this hyper-rational world might also come at a cost. Individuality and creativity could be stifled as conformity and adherence to societal norms become the norm. We might find ourselves living in a world that, while efficient and productive, lacks the warmth, spontaneity, and diversity that make human societies so rich and complex. This is not to say that a more logical and efficient world would necessarily be a bad thing, but it is important to consider the potential downsides of a society that prioritizes logic and reason above all else. Section 7. A peaceful yet empty mind. Mental health in an emotionless world presents a fascinating paradox. On the one hand, conditions like depression and anxiety, which are rooted in emotional distress, would likely cease to exist. The absence of negative emotions would logically lead to a more stable and content state of mind. However, this emotional neutrality might also come with its own set of challenges. Without the peaks and valleys of human emotion, life could become monotonous and uninspiring. The absence of joy would be as profound as the absence of sorrow, leading to a state of emotional flatlining that some might find unbearable. In a sense, we might achieve a state of perfect mental equilibrium, but it would be a peace bought at the price of our emotional depth. Section 8. Why we feel, an evolutionary perspective. From an evolutionary standpoint, emotions have played a vital role in our survival as a species. Fear, for example, alerts us to danger and triggers the fight or flight response, while love and bonding promote cooperation and social cohesion within groups. Emotions have also played a key role in our ability to learn and adapt to our environment. Positive emotions reinforce beneficial behaviors, while negative emotions help us avoid danger and make better decisions in the future. In a sense, our emotions are a testament to our evolutionary history, a reminder of the long and arduous journey that has brought us to this point in time. Section 9. The tapestry of being. Imagine a world without the vibrant hues of a sunset, the crashing symphony of a thunderstorm, the tender embrace of a loved one. Such is life without emotions, a pale imitation of the human experience. Our emotions, for all their complexities and contradictions, are what make us human. They are the threads that weave together the tapestry of our being, connecting us to ourselves, to each other, and to the world around us. To live a life without emotions would be to live a life half-lived. It would be to miss out on the full spectrum of human experience, both the good and the bad. And in the end, it is the totality of our experiences, both joyful and painful, that gives our lives meaning and purpose.